Alright, so the first component we'll start with is our air compressor, which in this particular engine, it is located in the rear of the engine. Most Cummins will be in the front left of the engine. Same with the American LaFrance Detroit diesel engine. So here we have our air governor that controls our air compressor for our air brakes. So from our air compressor, we get hot air that come to our air dryer. The air dryer's purpose is to clean and get any moisture out of the air before it gets to our air tanks. It will be sent through a line, and the first air tank that it'll reach we call a wet tank, and we'll go to that location. Here's our wet tank here. This is the first tank that gets filled from our air dryer. From here it will fill our primary tank, secondary tank, and any auxiliary tanks that might be on the truck. We do mark them as well for location, so you can see where they're at. Here we have our front brake rotor and caliper. This is our caliper here. This is our brake pad. It's kind of hard to see, but inside, between the brake pads, is our brake rotor. This is our brake can, air brake can, air brake hose, which is connected to an ABS valve. And this line comes from the brake relay valve farther down the line. This component here is connected to our brake pedal, our foot brake pedal. We call this the treadle valve, and that will send air down to our brake relay valves, which will eventually get to our brake cans. Green is typically primary side air. Orange will be secondary air, and that's a typical color configuration. So from our foot brake valve, air is sent to this quick release valve, which in turn will send air to our front brake cans. Before getting to our front brake can, it does go through an ABS valve, which normally is just a pass-through. If there's an ABS event, this relay valve, ABS valve, will modulate the air going to the brake can to prevent a wheel lockup condition. This is our air brake hose. This is our brake can. Inside the brake can, there's a diaphragm. When air is sent into the brake can, it will expand and push into a piston into the caliper, and it will squeeze your brake pads up against your rotor. Just like the front, the rear brakes also have a brake can. They also include an emergency portion on the brake can. There's two sides to this brake can. We have our service side, which functions during regular braking applications, and the park brake side, or the emergency can side, which is used to park the vehicle.